You asked me the other day, what was it? When I asked you, I said you asked for questions, and I said, what is there to do at uni other than like drink?
hmm
Do you have any like what do you do at uni outside of drinking?
I don't drink. What? No, I don't drink. Um, what do I do? I think okay, so like I really like having people over. I'm sure you know anyway, or I don't know, but I like having people like especially come to mine because I don't want to have to. I live city centre, so I'm not walking up Park Streets or nothing. But I like having people come to mine, and then like possibly I'll cook or I'll make them cook, or like we'll order food or something like that. And just chill, like just chat or like have like crack open like a bottle of wine or like sip something and then just chill. Like I think that's honestly one of my favorite things to do. Like even my 22nd, what how old I was, like just doing something indoors, chilled vibe, like that kind of stuff. To be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the same to be fair, but I feel like it's hard to be like, oh, come over, let's do this, let's do that.
It is. It is. And I think it's like to be able to do that, I feel like you can only really do it with people that you're close with. Because if I think if you meet someone new or you're just in the stages of actually becoming friends, it can be a bit weird. Or I feel anyway, it can be a bit weird to be like, oh, do you just want to come to mine to chill? If that
Mm.
makes sense. I feel like, yeah, so it's not really a thing that you do unless I guess you're really close or you have the typical, oh, I'm broke at the moment, so can we just do something, low cost?
Mm. It's funny you say that though, because who was that light skinned girl that came to your party that you said you only saw like once for prees or something?
Oh, Ruby, honestly, she's actually my babe. I've got like a 30-day streak with her now on Snapchat.
That's so wild.
I
I
know.
can't even imagine doing that with someone.
She's not. It's really funny because I remember that night. That night was actually a really fun night. We went and then we saw her, and because it was just fully like just a lot of like white people. That like there's literally
Mm.
no black person. And I saw her. Obviously, she's like mixed race, half black, half white. And then it was like really, really cool. And she was so like into it. It was only later on that I found out why she was into it. Like what I mean, not into it, but why she was so like around us. But yeah, and then we just like swapped snaps. And then because obviously I was placed in Bath, and I remember, and our Bath was so dead, like deader than dead. Honestly, it was ridiculous. And then I remember, thank God that I remember her saying that she was from Bath as well. So then I popped up to her and then she was like, oh my God, yeah. And she only lived like, I think 25-minute walk away from the hospital. And so I went, and so we went to the city centre. We went out one day, literally, we went to go for like dinner and then a movie. Then this girl, because she's a bartender, thought this girl took me bar hopping. So we went to so many different like bars. I spent £60 that night. So we spent like, and she paid more because obviously she's working, I'm not. So God knows how much our total bill was together. But no, it was a good night. And after that, we just like, um, what do you call it? Like kept in contact and stuff. And like, yeah. And hopefully she's gonna come to London once this lockdown's over because she hasn't really been properly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so jokes.
Yeah, no, she's actually lovely.
Is that because I feel like placement would be the death of me, having to work somewhere small, like I know some minutes in is it Taunton or something? Or like
Yeah,
Gloucestershire? That would
Taunton.
kill me working out in the village.
Yeah, it's it's not like I think because it depends on the people that you're with as well. Because you have to remember they're not on your own, and medics generally are quite sociable. They're quite like if you think of a lot of the medics that they're quite bubbly, they're quite chatty, they're quite sociable. And I feel as well to be a medic, you have to be flexible, you have to be quite resilient. You just have to be able to be like, okay, I'm in the middle of nowhere with people that I've never met in my life. How can I make the best out of this situation? And so you just kind of get on with it.
I can see that. And I've always seen your medical group or just medics in general as way more like wholesome, I guess, because you kind of know you're together for 5, 6 years. Like, let's make the most of it.
Hmm. That's the attitude you need going in it, to be honest.
Did you feel like you I don't know how to explain this, but from the outside looking in, you were very much in a controlled group. Like all the medics would stay together a lot. Is that kind of the same feeling when you're studying it, or am I just wrong?
Wait, I don't actually understand the question.
Like, let me get some context. Like every time when I see one of you medics,
Hmm
you're always in a group of other medics. Like
hmm
I don't know I don't know many medics to hang out with. Like economists just like on a regs or like engineers on a
Uh,
regular, but is that like a general thing, or am I just seeing
I
certain
think
examples?
I think majority of medics keep in the medic bubble, but it doesn't necessarily mean they don't have like friends outside. But I would say that their closest friends will probably be other medics, if that makes sense. And it's basically due to what you said, because we're here for 5, 6 years. It just makes sense in the long run to befriend other medics, because I know even me, I don't regret it at all, to be honest. But like, let's say a lot of my friends left last year, and pretty much most of them will be leaving this year. And like, even this year, I was a bit like, oh mate, I'm a bit stranded, to be honest, because I didn't really, make friends with medics. Most of my friends were like non-medics and all that. So it does make sense from the get-go to be like, I'm going to be with these people for 5, 6 years. I need to know, I need to know them, and not only just in terms of like, when like non-medics graduate, you don't want to be alone, but even in terms of like revision. I remember I was even talking to Adiola. I was like, I literally have no motivation to revise. I find it so hard to revise. And she was like, why can't you revise with another medic? And I was literally just like, I don't even have medic friends like that to be like, can I revise? So that's really my L that I took. But I knew I took it. And to be honest, even still now, I don't really regret it, because, I made good non-medic friends, and the few medic people that I know, if they're calm.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice.
Mm.
Aren't you close to like the people you're on placement with? I mean, you're living together.
Um, the what like in Bath, am I closer with people in Bath?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so. Like, they're all right people, but I don't think I'd have like anything in common. And also, like, what tends to happen, especially in Bath, because it's the closest academy to Bristol, a lot of people literally just commute. Like, what two girls in my flat actually literally commute every day. One of them drives, so she does like, what, I don't know, 45 minutes here and back. The other girl literally hates the academy so much that she takes the bus, like an hour and a half journey every day. And like, we have like 8 a.m. starts, so she'll literally be leaving Bristol at like 5 a.m. just so she doesn't have to like stay. So because of that, it's like, it's really hard to like, how are you meant to get to know people? And like, all the kind of like activities they do, like icebreakers and all that, it's all like in the pub. And like, I just can't, if you know me, I can't stand pubs. Like, you will never catch me in a pub. Like, what am I doing there? So I'm not going to a pub. So I can't really, I went, don't get me wrong, I did try, but it was just rubbish. I left like after, I think, about 40 minutes of being there. So it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I hate how uni puts so much pressure on nightlife motives. I mean, I don't mind a club night every here and there, but Freshers is like Monday to Sunday, club, 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 or like
Exactly.
bar cruise, pub cruise. I'm like, I don't want to do any of this.
Exactly. It's I was actually deep in it. I was like, wow, because if somebody comes and they're really like, let's say, oh, they're strict Muslim, or they're strict like, I don't want to enter a pub, then really and truly, like, the academy that we're in hasn't been able to cater to them properly, and it's really sad, because then they've left a lot of people out. And even, it's true, even in Freshers Week, I know they try to emphasize that there are so many like things that you can do that doesn't require alcohol, but really and truly, it's like really boring stuff that nobody would actually want to do.
Mm, for sure, yeah. And I feel like the people who lose out or like miss out the most are the ones who are like religious ones. Like a lot of my Asian Sikh friends or Black Christians that don't drink and are
Mm-hmm.
against these like swearing in songs and stuff. These guys just don't do anything. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously we make our own way, but I wonder how quickly they'd change things if it affected their own people.
Yeah, no, if it affected their own people, as you say, it would change in a snap of a finger. But because it doesn't, then to them, the system is faultless. The system's working. So they have no reason to change. If it's not broken, which for them it's not broken, then what? Don't fix it.
Mm. It's interesting because I mentioned it, like I was a not senior resident. When did I mention it? It must have been when I was a I think I was an undergrad rep in my halls, and I was like, we need to organize a freshers that has more like daytime events, be it
Mm,
like going to the zoo or like a tour around Bristol. Or, like, I mean, Bristol's such a vibrant city with this Banksy artwork and stuff. You can just do anything, but it was things like, oh, health and safety, and like, no way walking out and looking at artworks more dangerous than like getting blackout drunk in a club.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think a club night is just it's the easy. it's the easy idea, you know what I mean? You don't, if there's literally minimal organizing, all you have to do is just basically, I don't know, liaise with the club and be like, okay, are you open? Is it okay if we can get the freshers in first? Yes, and then make an event on Facebook, and that's it. And then people just share it. It's the easiest thing to do. Whereas I guess like if you wanted to do something like the zoo, you have to think about ticket prices and you have to think about numbers. And then I guess as the uni says, safety, whatever that may mean to them. But yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't excuse it though, but I reckon that's their thought process.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. What would you say you did like the most in your first, second year?
What in terms of like going out and stuff?
Yeah, like being active, meeting new people.
Um, so first year, I was really like, I want to meet as many people. I want to find like a really good group of friends that I will like be friends with for like ever. So I tried like I went to like I joined the track and like the athletics club. That wasn't great. It was quite cliquey. The training was uh not great either. So I stopped that, which was annoying because then you end up I like paid what a good 70, 80 quid for the joining fee, and I only went for like a month, so that was rubbish. So I couldn't really do anything then. What else did I try? I did join it wasn't part of the uni, but in the watershed, which is like near the harbour side of Bristol, there's like they do like spoken word poetry. So I would go there quite a lot. I didn't really meet anyone because of that. I'm not, and even though people say I am social, like with people that I know, I'm very social, but like I'm not social as in I can't, with new people, I can't like easily go up to a person and start a conversation like that. So I didn't really meet anyone, but there was one person who said he's seen me before, and then we just started talking and became friends. Then, like I don't know if you know him, but Chris, he was in the year above us anyway.
Oh, I
But
know Chris.
yeah, yeah, I don't want to say his name, but yeah, him. But apart from that, that's basically what I did first year. I spent so much money on those nights, open mic nights, but they were worth it. They were really, really great. Second year, second year was when I actually just started like chilling. Like my favorite thing to do. Second year was when literally I invited anyone and everyone around mine to chill. So like, I remember I would be having like Harry round mine, Ore, Joshua, like Michael, Chris, especially because me and Chris used to live really close together as well. So that's when I didn't really go out much in second year. It was more just like people would come to mine and then we would just chill, eat food, chat till like ages. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a vibe.
Yeah. It's my favorite thing to do, to be honest.
Second year, like I feel like I should have invited people around more often because at the time it's like I'm living with seven other guys in a corner street. It was like,
Mm,
what? Why do I need to invite people around if everyone's here?
mm.
But at the same time, there are so many guys and girls that it's like I just fell out of contact with, and I feel like that's normal in first year to second year anyway, because like freshers is this big thing. But yeah, it's crazy how quickly you can go from like being best friends to see you in lectures.
Yeah. It's true because you were like quiet. I mean, second year you were quiet. To be fair, I don't think I even knew you properly in first year, did I?
I probably knew you more through like Doobie and ACS events
Yeah,
in
because
person, but
fair enough. And I think in second year, obviously, I only properly knew about you through Josh because obviously he was your flatmate, and he would just tell me that you were just quiet and that you were always in London. So I just thought you weren't about that life, and it sounds like fair enough.